We grow up hearing that we need to find a great mission, a purpose, a reason for our existence. And when that meaning doesn't appear, a deep pain starts to grow inside us, a feeling of emptiness, of incompleteness. What is the meaning of all this? Why am I even here? But today I want to invite you to consider an idea that might feel a little uncomfortable. Uncomfortable on one side, but incredibly liberating on the other. Maybe life has no meaning at all, and it's exactly because of that it can truly be yours. That's what we're talking about today. Let's go. And to understand this idea that life might have no meaning, let's start with a reflection, a question that I'm going to respond to, and I guarantee you this will be useful for you. Slow down for a second. Stop rushing this video. Listen carefully to what's being said. What's the point of being born? Knowing that we'll have to die, to face risks, to go through illness, to grow old, to suffer, only for it to end? What's the meaning of all of this? To you, I want to say just one thing. Stop. Stop for a moment. Sit down. Take a breath. Let's talk about this calmly, because this suffering you're feeling, many people feel it too. And I want to talk to you as if we were sitting by a river. You know those moments when you sit somewhere with no rush, no need to reach a conclusion? That's where we are right now, just sitting, talking, breathing, so you can catch your breath. Because this feeling you're carrying is heavy, but we'll get through it. And I want to start by telling you a simple story. A student once went to his teacher and said something very similar to what you're feeling. He said, "My mind won't stop. I keep thinking all the time. The universe is too big. I'm too small. I'm going to get old. I'm going to get sick. I'm going to die. What's the meaning of all this?" The teacher didn't answer right away. Instead, he took the student by the hand and brought him to a garden. He sat him down and handed him a cup of tea. But the student kept talking, and talking, and talking, just like his restless mind. And while the student was speaking, the teacher kept pouring tea into the cup until the cup was full. And then it started overflowing, tea spilling everywhere. The student shouted, "Stop! It won't fit anymore." And the teacher calmly replied, "Your mind is exactly like this cup. Before you try to understand the meaning of life, maybe you should empty your cup first." And what does that mean for you? It means this. Your suffering doesn't come from thinking too much. It comes from trying to solve something with logic. That cannot be solved through logic. The answer you're looking for won't come from thinking. It comes from living. Your anxiety is not a mistake. It's a sign of awareness. Only those who become aware of their own mortality ask about the meaning of life. Don't be fooled. There are many people out there living as if they will never die, completely disconnected from that reality. But the truth is, we don't have unlimited time. Those who become aware of their own finitude start asking about meaning. And that's interesting because those who never feel this kind of anguish often spend their entire lives asleep, living without ever truly living. In the end, that's what happens. So you're suffering because you've come face to face with 4 unavoidable truths of life. The first one is, we are finite. We have an expiration date. The second truth is, at many moments in life, we are alone. Yes, we are alone. And we will also be alone at the moment of our death. I might be surrounded by people, and those people might even be dying too. But each one of us will be dying alone. We die the same way we are born, alone. There might be someone being born in the room next door, but I will be born alone. And I will die alone. Death is solitary, just like birth. The third truth is, we are free to choose and responsible for the choices we make. And the fourth truth is the meaning of life does not come ready-made. You ask, what's the meaning of life if we're going to suffer, get sick, and die? And life asks you back, what's the meaning of a flower if it's going to wither? Exactly. That is its meaning. It's because it will fade that it has meaning. Now ask yourself, what is the meaning of a plastic flower? A plastic flower has no meaning because it lasts forever. And because of that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't move you. It doesn't touch you. It doesn't even catch your attention because it never changes. But a real flower, the one that fades, that one has meaning because its meaning is in its finitude. If what I'm saying weren't true, we would create a beautiful world full of plastic flowers. Would you find that beautiful? No. You would find it unbearable because it would have no meaning. The meaning of the flower is that it fades, and so does yours. Your meaning exists because you come to an end. If you were like plastic, if you never ended, there would be no meaning in your existence at all. In other words, a flower doesn't exist despite its brevity. It exists because of it. Plastic flowers don't truly exist. Real ones do. So understand this. Meaning is not something you discover as if it were hidden somewhere. It's not like there's a secret answer waiting for you to find it. No, the meaning of life is something you build, moment by moment, through your interaction with the world. That is the meaning of life. And in that sense, it is deeply personal because you need to see life as a book where the ending is the same for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are, beautiful or not, good or bad, just or unjust. It doesn't matter. In the end, everyone dies. The hero dies. The villain dies. Everyone. Snow White didn't die in the movie only because the story ended early, right after she got married. But if the story had continued, she would have died too. In the end, everyone dies. And that ending is already written. I cannot change it. So what can I change? The way the story is written, that I can change. And that's why when I understand that life doesn't come with a ready-made meaning, it becomes liberating because I realize that the book is blank and I'm the one who gets to write it. And I will write it however I want. The book is mine. The ending. Well, the ending is the same for everyone. But the story, that's mine. In other words, if life already had a fixed meaning, like the one you're searching for, it wouldn't be yours. You would just be executing something that was already written. But no, you are the builder. You are the author of this narrative. The ending is fair because it's the same for everyone. But the story is not. The story is mine. The meaning of life is that you become its author. And this is where the human mind suffers, when it tries to turn life into a logical problem, which it is not, and this is very common today, because now we live in the era of science as a god. Science wants precise answers for everything, but not for life. Life escapes logic, because life is not an equation. Life is an experience. And no, you are not inferior because you are nothing in the universe. If you compare the earth to the sun, the earth is just a grain of sand. And if you place yourself inside the earth, you are far less than a microbe. And the sun itself, when compared to the universe, is nothing. So yes, you are nothing inside something that is also nothing. You are in fact incredibly small, deeply insignificant. But remember this, a drop is not inferior to the ocean. A drop is the ocean in the form of a drop. So aging, suffering, getting sick, These are not flaws in the system. They are not errors in life. They are the price and the privilege of being alive. Because being alive is a privilege. It is extremely unlikely that you exist. And yet, here you are. Life is fragile. It can disappear so easily, so the fact that you are alive is something extraordinary. And you're going to waste that trying to turn life into a logical equation? Don't. Because only those who live can suffer, and only those who suffer can love deeply. And the meaning of life is not about reaching the end without pain. No, pain is welcome. I accept it. It is part of the privilege of being alive. Because for me, the meaning is to be present while I walk through life. To be present even in pain. I don't numb myself. I don't run away. I am present because I am alive. I experience the good. I experience the bad. I experience the painful. I experience the joyful. I live, and that gives meaning. Being present in every step of the journey. That is what gives meaning to this strange game we call life. And each day has its own meaning. Maybe today, your meaning is to love someone you're afraid to open up to. Maybe today, your meaning is to stand by a difficult decision you made. Maybe today, your meaning is to say a no that you've been avoiding. Or maybe, your meaning today is simply to endure, to keep existing. Despite the pain you're going through, and if your meaning is, I will endure this, that is enough just for today. Because let's be honest, we don't even know if we'll wake up tomorrow. And if we do, that's beautiful. If we don't, that's okay too. Because existence doesn't demand that you understand everything. You don't need to understand everything. Existence only asks one thing, that you take responsibility for your part. I've taken mine. And instead of taking yours, you're trying to turn life into a logical equation. But the answer doesn't come from the mind. It comes from the heart. So when your mind asks, where am I going? Answer with your body. I'm going to the present moment. I am here. This moment is what exists. Right now. I'm here, speaking to you, feeling everything around me, the chair against my back, my arms, my legs, my eyes looking into this camera. This is it. This is the answer. Here, now. And when your mind asks, what is the meaning? Answer with life itself. This, being alive, is the meaning. And most importantly, understand this, sometimes. The real lesson is not finding meaning, it's learning to rest inside the mystery. Think about that. See you next time.